Japanese minister resigns after saying he's never bought rice. Japan's agriculture minister has resigned after saying he has never had to buy rice while the country struggles with shortages and rising costs of its staple grain. Taku Ito offered his resignation to Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba after he made the comments at a party seminar on Sunday. Mr. Ito said his supporters have always gifted him rice, meaning he does not have to buy it himself. His comments immediately sparked a public backlash. Opposition parties had threatened to submit a no-confidence motion against him if Mr. Ito did not resign voluntarily by Wednesday afternoon. He told the Kyodo News Agency, "I made an extremely inappropriate remark at a time when consumers are struggling with soaring rice prices. I asked myself whether it is appropriate for me to stay at the helm of the Agriculture Ministry at a critical time for rice prices, and I concluded that it is not. Once again, I apologize to people for making extremely inappropriate comments as minister when they are struggling with surging rice prices," Mr. Ito told reporters after handing in his resignation at the Prime Minister's office. Japan has been struggling with rice shortages since hot weather resulted in a poor harvest in 2023. More recently, a government preparedness warning ahead of a major earthquake last August prompted panic buying, squeezing supplies even further. Politicians have also blamed the rising cost of fertilizer and other related goods. The crisis has seen the government release vast quantities of rice from its emergency stockpiles for the first time. In April, Japan also imported the grain from South Korea for the first time in 25 years in a further bid to boost supplies and lower prices. But shelf prices have continued to rise, reaching 4,268 yen per 5 kilograms in the week to May 11th, double what it was a year ago. Mr. Ito has been replaced by Shinjiro Koizumi, a former environment minister who ran unsuccessfully against the prime minister for the Liberal Democratic Party leadership last year. The rice crisis is placing further strain on Mr. Ishiba's minority government ahead of the country's upcoming elections in July. Member of Kneecap charged with terror offence. A member of Irish-language rap group Kneecap has been charged with a terror offence. Liam O'Hanna, or Liam O.G. O'Hanade, has been charged with displaying a flag in support of Hezbollah, a proscribed organization, the Metropolitan Police said. The 27-year-old from Belfast, who performs under the stage name Emochara, is due to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on June 18. It comes after counter-terror police assessed a video reported to be from a Kneecap concert. The charge relates to a flag that O'Hanna allegedly displayed at the O2 Forum in Kentish Town, London, on November 21 last year. Officers from the Met's Counter-Terrorism Command were made aware of a video circulating online on April 22, the force said. An investigation led to the Crown Prosecution Service authorizing the charge. Kneecap are due to headline Wide Awake Festival in South London on Friday. MNS website down, hours after financial impact of ransomware attack revealed. The MNS website is down hours after the retailer revealed it's facing a £300 million hit to profits following last month's ransomware attack. A holding page told customers that they are currently unable to browse the site, adding, "We're making some updates and we'll be back soon." Online purchases have been suspended since the incident on April 22, and it may be a couple of weeks before services are partially restored. MNS recently warned that disruption to its operations could last into July, but Chief Executive Stuart Mackin says the retailer is on the road to recovery. It is widely believed the retailer fell victim to Scattered Spider, a hacking group that has also been linked to similar attacks targeting the Co-op and Harrods. Last week, MNS also admitted personal data belonging to some of its customers has been stolen, but the company stressed this didn't include usable payment or card details. Passwords were also not affected, but there are reports that contact details such as names, addresses, and phone numbers was taken. The company's valuation has plunged by more than £1 billion as the fallout deepens. This incident is a bump in the road, and we will come out of this in better shape and continue our plan to reshape M&S for customers, colleagues, and shareholders, Mr. Mackin told analysts on Tuesday. Universal opens $7 billion Epic Universe theme park to rival Disney World in Florida. Universal has opened a new theme park to rival Disney World in Florida. NBC Universal owner Comcast, which also owns Sky News, is rewriting the Orlando travel itinerary with its $7 billion Epic Universe. The 750-acre park features 5 worlds themed around movie and game franchises NBC Universal owns or licenses. These include Super Nintendo World, complete with a Mario Kart ride, and the immersive wizarding world of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk, Celestial Park, and Dark Universe complete the park. The project is the first major theme park to open in the U.S. in more than 20 years and marks Comcast's largest investment in Universal attractions since it gained control of the business in 2011. Comcast President Mike Cavanaugh said, "This is the one part of the media ecosystem that is not vulnerable to screen shifting. It's still beloved as a thing to do with friends and family. It would be silly not to be stepping on the gas." Epic Universe could attract 9.5 million visitors and bring in more than $1.3 billion in revenue in 2026, analyst Craig Moffett has predicted. Another new Universal theme park is also in the pipeline, with the company set to open its first European resort in 2031. The park will be in Bedfordshire and is expected to become the UK's most popular visitor attraction. The UK government has said it will bring in an estimated £50 billion to the British economy and create around 28,000 jobs. Footballer admits £600,000 drug smuggling plot. Footballer J. Emmanuel Thomas has admitted his involvement in a plot to smuggle £600,000 worth of cannabis from Thailand into the UK. The 34-year-old striker was sacked by Scottish club Greenock Morton after his arrest last year. The former Livingston, Aberdeen and Arsenal Academy player changed his plea to guilty during a hearing on May 7, which can now be reported after restrictions were lifted on Wednesday. At Chelmsford Crown Court in Essex, Emmanuel Thomas admitted fraudulent evasion of the prohibition on the importation of cannabis between July 1, 2024 and September 2, 2024. He had previously denied the charges when asked to enter a plea in October last year. The footballer, who has also played for Ipswich Town, Bristol City, Queen's Park Rangers and Thai side PTT Rayong, was remanded in custody ahead of sentencing at a later date. Emmanuel Thomas, of Gourock in Inverclyde, was arrested by National Crime Agency (NCA) officers in September 2024. It came after the NCA seized an estimated £600,000 of the Class B drug as it was being smuggled through London Stansted Airport on September 2. Border Force officers detected roughly 60 kilograms of the drug in 2 suitcases, which had arrived via a flight from Bangkok. Co-defendants Rosie Rowland, 29, and Yasmin Piotrowska, 33, who both denied the charge, faced no further action after prosecutors offered no evidence in their case. Prosecutor David Jossie Casey said the pair maintained they thought they were importing gold, not cannabis. The NCA said it was believed the footballer was the intermediary between suppliers in Thailand and drug pushers in the UK. David Phillips, NCA senior investigating officer, said, "Organized crime groups make significant profits by trafficking and selling perceived high-quality cannabis legally grown in the US, Canada and Thailand illegally in the UK. Organized criminals like Emmanuel Thomas can be very persuasive and offer payment to couriers. But the risk of getting caught is very high and it simply isn't worth it." Bacteria with unique ability found on space station could be key for cosmos travel. A new species of bacteria discovered on board a space station could have profound implications for astronauts and long-term travel through the cosmos. A strain of Nealia with a unique ability was found on China's Tiangong space station, according to a scientific report. The discovery was announced in the International Journal of Systematic and Evolutionary Microbiology. Chinese taconauts found the new bacteria on the surface of hardware on board the station in May 2023, and it was analyzed to see how it survived in such tough conditions. Understanding the characteristics of microbes during long-term space missions is essential for safeguarding the health of astronauts and maintaining the functionality of spacecraft, the report says. Challenges faced by living things in such environments include microgravity, radiation, and limited nutrients. The study of which bacteria survive on space stations is also necessary for understanding how to control and avoid contamination on board. According to the report, this new strain, which most closely resembles Nealia circulans found on Earth, may be better resistant to radiation and oxidative stress. It also has a unique ability to hydrolyze, break down, gelatin, which could be useful in environments with limited nutrients.